if you've ever tried to lift a heavy gas can in order to be able to transfer fuel, this little pump is the exact thing that you need to make it a whole lot easier. So you just pick the size of like connector that you need for whatever particular container you have, so that you can connect the pump head to different size bottles or holders of fuel or whatever you're needing to connect it to. It comes with all of these different sizes. So you've got the ability to, connect it to a large container or smaller containers, whatever you need. There's a variety of sizes here. And then it does require 4 AA batteries, which it does not come with, by the way. So you will need to have batteries on hand. So you just insert the bottom of the filter in there, and then you're able to screw that on. Okay, just as a note, this filter was inside of the container, and we did have to remove it. If you didn't remove it, you wouldn't be able to drain the entire, like whatever the contents are, whether it's fuel or whatever it is you're trying to transfer out of the bottom of the container. It would stop it from doing that. There are other pumps that are manual that they're just harder to use, and this being battery operated makes it much easier. And so you just take the end of the tube, and then you're able to go ahead and put that into your tank. We're transferring fuel from a can into the car. You just hit the little button, and you can see the fuel very quickly going right up into the tank. Okay, so we had a little snafu. We didn't read the directions. If the tank is sitting on the floor or on the ground, it's supposed to be level. So when it's sitting down, it will start to pull that fuel up really quickly, but then it will come back down. It needs to be level with whatever you're pumping it into. Okay, so now that we've got, okay, so here's another little quandary. Inside the truck, there must be something that is kind of signaling the unit that it's full. And so there's something trapping the gas up higher to the top, like a little valve or something, which is probably for emissions. And it's going to be, it's kind of faking the unit out. So this unit will shut off when it's full. It has an automatic shut off, which is great. But when you go to fill something, if you've got something that's kind of in the way there down, so if the end of this unit was longer and was able to bypass that,
probably emissions flap.
Yeah, like an emissions flap, then we could get past it. But with that emissions flap, it's not allowing the gas to flow fast enough. But if you just hold down the on button, you're basically bypassing that auto shutoff, and the fuel is flowing. So you can bypass it if you need to. In this particular application, obviously we need to do that. And so there's a little bit of a learning curve here. But it is really fast. I don't know if you can see how fast that fuel is transferring up and moving over. It literally probably took 2 minutes to empty this whole fuel tank, which is really quick. And then once you're done, there's obviously going to be still some fuel in the hose. And so you've got to disassemble it, and so that you're able to pour that fuel back into the receptacle. Okay, so bottom line, it's very easy to use, but you do need to read the instructions. There was a couple of things that we missed just pulling it out of the box and hooking it up. It's easy, but there's a couple of little things. One of the things is you should have it at the same level to whatever you're filling, and that makes it a whole lot easier. The other is you need to know that if you've got something, if you're trying to fill a car and it's a newer car that has some type of restriction in order for gas to not be able to come back up, something used for emissions, you're gonna need to bypass that by holding down that on button as opposed to just letting it do its thing. If you're trying to move water from somewhere, you can use this for something other than fuel, certainly. If you've got, we oftentimes have an AC, our AC unit upstairs, the pan will get full of water. This would be really handy for that, and we would not run into the problem of having to kind of hold this down constantly in order to make it flow. We would be able to just turn it on, empty that water out of the pan, and move on. If you've got standing water anywhere that you need to move, you could certainly use this as a regular pump as well. Other applications, I'm sure there are. All you're trying to do is move liquid from one location to another. So whatever your needs would be in that area, this is worth a shot.